Hey you guys, Sean with Goatgloves here, and today in this video I am super excited to bring to you the first episode of my podcast, Spittin' Seeds. So I've had the idea of a podcast for a pretty long time now. Ever since I decided to start a YouTube channel, I've also wanted to do a podcast. I really like the format of podcasts and just the organic way that you guys get to know me, and I just like the casual vibes that a podcast has. As I said, I am recording this in a video format on my YouTube page, as well as streaming it on Apple Podcasts. So if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, I highly suggest you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe because I make some awesome videos there every week. My hopes is for to release one video a week as well as one podcast a week for 2 total uploads on my YouTube channel. So as long as I can keep that schedule going, keep an eye out on my YouTube channel for that. Anyways, this video or podcast is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode this week, just because I want to give an introduction of myself, just so you guys can get familiar with me before I start actually talking about any baseball topics. So today I'm giving you my story of how I started with baseball and collecting baseball gloves. So let's get right into it. My name is Sean. I'm a current college freshman at the University of Houston. I was born and raised in Texas. I've been living in Houston for about 10 years now. Whenever I moved here, I started playing baseball, so since I was 8 years old. And basically, I have always been a decent baseball player, but I never really had the dream to play in college or anything beyond high school. So I basically knew that once I graduated, that would be pretty much it for me. And freshman year of high school, I learned what a high quality glove was. All my friends either had an A2000 or were getting A2000s or custom Harv the hides, and that was like a foreign concept to me because before that all I had was like $100 Nike or Rawlings glove, and that was something that I had never known about. I was like, what is an A2000? And ever since I found out what it was and all my friends had one, I was just so curious about it, and I was looking them up, and I found some Instagram pages online and decided to make my own because these things looked really cool. So before I even had an A2000 or any high quality glove, I was just posting other people's pictures that I thought their gloves were cool, or some college glove day photos that I liked their designs or whatever. And that was fall of 2016 of my freshman year of high school. So then finally, about 2 months after I started my page, I bought an A2000 of my own. I bought an all-black 1788 A2000, which was pretty funny because I'm actually a catcher, or I was a catcher. I'd been catching ever since I was like 11 or 12. That was my primary position, and I was out there buying a $150 infield glove. So it was pretty questionable to my parents. They were like, what are you doing spending all this money on a glove you're not even going to use? But, I just thought it was cool. And eventually I saved up again and bought a second A2000, which was a 1790, which replaced my old Mizuno catcher's mitt. And that thing had like no padding in it, my old Mizuno one. And it was like leaving my hand bruised after games just because there was nothing left in it. It was so pancaked. So I finally got an A2000 and catcher's mitt, used that one for the rest of my freshman year. Once I had that one, I sold the other 1788, and after that, I just kept buying and selling gloves, and I was pretty much hooked. And now, 4 years later, I've owned almost 100 baseball gloves over that time, and had almost 150 transactions just because I sold bats, catcher's gear, bat weights, anything, you name it. I've sold pretty much everything that is in baseball equipment. So now I'm pretty much just a collector. I'll buy some gloves if I feel like I'm getting a good price on it and I can resell it. I will fix up some gloves from time to time for teammates or whatever, but I'm primarily just a collector now. I really like the limited edition gloves I have. I don't have a huge collection. It's only about 8 or 9 gloves, which I say only. For some people, they only have like 1 or 2 gloves. But the collections that I've seen on Instagram are pretty ginormous, with upwards of like 20, 25 gloves, and definitely some that are above the price range of mine. So anyways, I'm primarily a collector now as well as a content creator. I'm really focused and interested on other industries like sneakers and streetwear, and I really like what they're doing in their limited edition stuff like Supreme and Bape. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can look it up. But basically, these companies are really sought after companies with low quantity items with very high demand. So it creates scarcity and a lot of hype around the brand. And this concept was very interesting to me, and I think a lot of the brand awareness of these companies is insane. I'm trying to bring some of that to baseball gloves. So definitely through collabs and other fun things like that, stuff to really grow the brands. And my ultimate goal is to be a designer or help create content for one of these brands like Wilson or Rawlings. And I think with my knowledge and creativity and understanding of gloves, I think it's definitely a true possibility. And this is just part of my journey of creating content and just one step further to get there. So I really appreciate you guys watching, because you help me follow my dreams and go after everything that I want to achieve. So if y'all can see some of my designs on my Instagram page, and let me know what you think about those, as well as if you have any questions about that, please let me know next week or in the following episodes. I will try to have some guests, as well as some more topics like the new innovations that some companies have. I know the Wilson A2000s for 2021 are coming out very soon this year. The A2Ks have already dropped, as well as Rawlings is coming out with some very cool, innovative stuff that's going to change the industry forever, I think. Those are not coming out till 2021. But anyways, I'll be talking about those topics in later podcasts. But I just want to say thank you guys for listening, and I will catch you in the next episode.